Hey guys, good afternoon and welcome to Your Stocks. I'm Pavitra Parekh. There's lots for us to talk about because we've had lots of queries coming in. But first up, just a quick look at the market, which is holding up quite well, and it's been steady for the past, 2.5 hours. Currently around the 18,158 marks. We're over 100 points higher on the Nifty. Holding up quite well there. The Nifty Bank is also around 180 points in the green, and this is despite the PSU banks seeing some cuts today, so that one is looking quite good. But the real gain today is really coming through from the metals pack. So some of the top gainers are the likes of Tata Steel, Hindalco, JSW Steel, all of these doing quite well, and IT also continues to add. We have been seeing that momentum build up, and IT is also looking quite good. Along with that, you have something like an HDFC Bank, which is up once again today. It's up around 1.7% today, and with this, the week-to-date gains for HDFC Bank are over 2.5%. So that's what's going on with the market action. We'll talk more about that, but let me also invite our guests on the show now. Astha Jain, research analyst at Hem Securities, as well as Ruchit Jain, leader of research at 5paisa.com, join us to answer all of your stock-related queries. Astha, Ruchit, thank you very much for taking out the time and being with us today. Let's get straight to it then. Nishant Gupta writes to us from Hyderabad. He holds 15 shares of Britannia, which he bought at 500. He says he's a medium-term investor and he wants to know what he should do with this. Should he hold? Should he sell at current levels? Astha, let me come to you on Britannia. Some of the consumption names have been doing well. And I mean, look at that. He bought it at 500. So he's definitely, had some patience with this stock. I think it was at 500 in 2014, if I'm not wrong. So it's seen a huge up move there. But the question is, how much more do you see in terms of an upside from here?
Hi, Pavitra. Good afternoon. Talking about Britannia, upside is really good from now. We are expecting price target to be somewhere around 45 to 4,500 at the initial level. We are expecting good quarter to come in from this company, and this company has done some acquisitions and arrangements with one company. I think that will also be very helpful because that will be helping company in.
Asa, I think there's a little bit of a problem. There's some problem with that audio. So I think we're just going to repatch that connection and see if maybe that works out better. But that is Britannia. And the query is coming from someone who bought it at 500. Britannia, by the way, right now is above 4,400, almost at 4,400. So huge upside and huge up move that this person has seen because of the fact that they've just held on for so long. Let me try with Ruchit in the meanwhile, while our team sort of reestablishes that connection with Asa. Ruchit, like we were talking about it, he's held on for a very long time. He's been rewarded for that. But how is this looking on a technical basis, and how do the charts look for Britannia right now?
Yeah, hi, very good afternoon, Pavitra. I think the levels that he have bought, definitely there is much more comfort at current levels to continue to hold on because the overall trend still remains positive. If I look at the weekly and the monthly chart, the corrections have witnessed a good buying interest, and even if you compare this stock with the other FMCG names of late in last few months, we are clearly seeing a relative outperformance getting continued from Britannia. So for now, the trend still continues to positive. We can expect levels around 4,700 to 4,800 in the medium term, and on the lower side, 4,000 is likely to act as a very strong support.
All right, got that. My team tells me that Asa is back with us and the connection is good now. Asa, you were talking about Britannia. Tell us how much more of an upside can we see from here? And also, in FMCG, at least we've seen that huge premiumization push play out where urban is doing well, but rural is still lagging a bit. So do you think that is some kind of worry for Britannia?
I think with some recovery in the rural areas also, we can see this stock performing well on the bourses in the coming time. So I'm not that much worrisome about that performance. Looking after the other developments in the company, they have entered into one joint venture agreement with one French-based company. So I think that will be helping in augmenting its cheese business, and it will be around 5x in coming 5 years. So that will be very much playing well in the favor of company going ahead. So that is really keeping me optimistic about the stock. So all in all, and we are expecting a strong quarterly performance from this company going ahead also because they have shown very strong performance in their vapor segment also. All in all, I think this is a hold candidate with the price target somewhere to be set at around 4,500 at the initial level. So my stance here is we hold this stock with the initial price target of 4,500 to 4,550.
All right, hold coming in from both of our analysts, so that makes it quite easy for our viewer. The next query comes in from Mahindra Sharma, who writes to us from Jodhpur. He has 50 shares of Cipla. get this at 350 rupees. So he's also been holding on to this one for a long time, and he's willing to hold on for a while more as well. He wants to know what he should do with the prices currently at around 1,060 for Cipla. This show is really shaping out to be, one on the power of patience in the market. Ruchit, how do you look at Cipla right now? Of course, from these levels, 350 would be a long, long time ago. But do you think there's lots more to go here in Cipla?
I think yes, he has kept a good patience, and I think he should continue to hold on from mid to long-term perspective, because overall the weekly and the monthly charts are indicating a good high top, high bottom structure. There may be some consolidations or correction in the short term, but he has a good margin of safety considering that his buying price is quite lower than the current market price. And on declines around 950,000, I think would be the major support zone even from a mid to long term perspective. So till that is intact, I think he did not worry much about it, since he can keep more patience, continue to hold on in case if the stock breaks 950, then only he should take a review again.
Hold on for now with Cipla at 1,060. Sir, do you agree it's good to hold Cipla for a while at these levels?
Yes, and my targets are around 1140 or 1145 levels. So even I'm recommending hold on the stock. Talking about Cipla, they have seen some sort of rise in their US business. So that will be key in the results which they have posted in the quarter gone by. Now, what I'm looking is their differentiated product launches, especially in the segment of respiratory and peptides. So that will be key to watch how these products will be performing, because I think these products will be the strong revenue driver for the US business also. Some point of concern is about their delay in the new launches, as well as cost concerns, because due to higher spend on the R&D, etc. So we really need to see, and this stock is underperforming the Indian pharmaceutical market. So that is also one of the concerns. So there is a mixed set of emotions with this stock, but all in all, I think that will be a candidate to hold for the long-term price target of 1145. So even I'm recommending it to hold.
Okay, hold Cipla once again. Both of our guests agreeing on this one. The next one comes in from Komal Agarwal. She writes to us from Bengaluru. She has 100 shares of JSW Steel at 500 rupees a piece. She's a medium-term investor and wants to know the future prospects of these holdings. This is a good day to be talking about the metals pack. Sir, JSW Steel, the entire metals pack is in focus, right, because of what's going on with China, the entire reopening playing out, perhaps faster than expected, all of the stimulus steps. Also, ahead of the budget, do you think that these are just stocks that you want to hold at least for now?
Yes, even I'm really very much positive on the metal stock as a whole, because global demand is really strong at the present moment of a time, which I think is the key driver for their strong future performance. Talking about JSW Steel, I think the results will going to be on an average. We are expecting an average sort of results, because what happened in this quarter, they will be getting the benefit of lower coking coal consumption prices, but in the longer term, these prices will again be high. So I think that will be a concern in their EBITDA, but the coming quarter will be good for this company. And JSW Steel has also one positive factor working for them is their Dolby plant. So I think that capacity expansion will also be helping this company going ahead. So the future prospects are looking promising along with the industry tailwind. So I think JSW Steel will perform better in the coming future. Price target can be set at around 880 because it's a whole candidate for me.
Okay, price target at 880 for JSW Steel. Ruchit, how do you look at this one? In the past 6 months, it's done quite well. It's up over 30%, slowly sort of building onto those gains. Do you think that this up move is going to continue?
Yes, I think it should continue. Apart from the China reopening thing, even if you look at the dollar index, it has corrected significantly in last few weeks. And usually dollar index has an inverse correlation with the metals and the metal stock. So, generally when the dollar index is going down, metal stocks tend to outperform, and that's what we are witnessing since last couple of months as well. So I think until we see any significant up move or resumption of any uptrend in the dollar index, I think these metals would continue to outperform, especially the steel-related stocks. If we see JSW Steel, Tata Steel, Steel Authority, they are witnessing good volume action as well. So on JSW Steel, I think 840 should be the price target area which you should expect, and continue to hold on to this.
Okay, hold on to this for now. That is the word coming in on JSW Steel. With that, let's move on to our next query. Arpan has written into us from Kolkata. He holds 96 shares of Yes Bank, which he bought at 34 rupees. He has 10 shares of SAIL, which he bought at 124, and also 16 shares of Balrampur Chini Mills at 438. Let's take these one by one. Astha, if I can come to you first on Yes Bank, it's currently at 20, so he has definitely seen a bit of a loss. But, this could perhaps be a little bit more of a long-term play, right? And he is looking at something in the long term. So do you think that there's a chance he will make up these profits? Because in the past 6 months, it has seen a good up move.
Yes, and because we all are seeing that banking stocks are really performing, so that is also one factor about this bank. And in fact, what happened in the last quarter that we have seen some sort of earning pressures due to the high credit cost. But going ahead now, when they will transfer this.
Astha, unfortunately, once again, your line is proving to be a little bit scratchy. So we are going to try to fix that. We do want to hear what you have to say on all of these stocks. But Ruchit, in the meantime, if I can come to you on Yes Bank. In the recent past, it has done well, but like Astha was mentioning, the entire banking space has been doing well. Do you think this name in itself is something where it's worth it to wait and perhaps see if you can make good money, or do you think you would just suggest getting out and moving to perhaps another banking stock?
I think as the second option seems much better. No, I think the stock has moved up because of the rally we have seen in most of the banking names of late. But we have not seen prices getting sustained at high levels. So the volatility is expected to remain high. On the upside, 24 to 25 would be a major resistance. I think if you get the stock around those levels, it would be better to take a loss and exit over there. And rather, if we are looking for some alternative within this space itself, then I think Federal Bank should be a better option from a medium-term perspective, where in terms of volatility, the volatility is lower over there compared to Yes Bank, and also the trend is much positive, where a good outperformance could be expected in the Federal Bank over the next 6 to 12 months. So my take would be to exit from Yes Bank on rallies towards that 24 mark and make a shift to Federal Bank.
All right, that is on Yes Bank, and you would perhaps exit getting out of this one and looking at another one in the banking space. The next query from the same person is on SAIL. We were just talking about the metal space. But what do you think of SAIL? Because this is really not done well, right? And even from the levels where they've invested at 124, it's down significantly at just around 90 rupees. What would you suggest here?
I think somewhere the price-wise corrective phase is behind for this for now. We have seen a good correction in the stock, but off late, again, we are witnessing a good high top, high bottom structure getting formed. So it may be a slow and gradual up move in the stock in the near term, but at least a move towards 105, 108 should be expected in short to medium term. So continue to hold on around 105, 108 range. One can again take a review on this.
Okay, so maybe you can take a review once it does see a little bit of a rally. The last query on this, investment portfolio is on Balrampur Chini, which they bought at 438. So again, seeing some losses come through over there. Do you think this is a good pick? And within the sugar basket, do you think this is a good pick?
Yes, certainly. I think whenever we see a trended up move in the sugar basket, Balrampur Chini is one of the names who takes the leadership while going up. And also the price volume action is quite good, where the price corrections, the recent price correction has not seen any higher volumes compared to the price up moves which we see. So this is a good structure from medium term. In case if we can have a view of about 6 to 8 months, then can expect target somewhere around 470 to 480. So continue to hold on from at least 6 to 8 months perspective.
Okay, we could get a 470, 480 kind of price in Balrampur Chini from its current 400. Ruchit, I request you to stay on. We're going to take a very quick break and come right back. We have lots more queries, so you guys stay tuned as well. Hey guys, welcome back. You're still tuned into Your Stocks on CNBC-TV18. The market is quite steady, but it's come off just a little bit. So we're now around 90 points in the green. So we slipped below that 18,150 level. But overall, this is still quite a good day, with metals really leading the pack right now. And the HDFC Bank and HDFC stocks really aiding support. A lot of the PSUs also doing well today. So something like a Coal India is up well. You also have the direct plays on crude oil doing well. So the likes of ONGC, Oil India all holding up well. But let's get back to our queries now. We have Astha Jain and Ruchit Jain with us to answer all of your queries that have come through. And the next one is from Deepak, who writes to us from Indore. He holds 50 shares of Titan, which he bought at 2,000, and he also has 100 shares of M&M at 650. He's a long-term investor and he wants to know what he should do with both of these investments. Astha, let me come to you on Titan first. I know this stock has not done too much over, say a 1 year period. It's actually lost some. But, the update which came through, the Q3 business update looked very strong. In fact, the jewelry business seems to really be shining as well. Do you think that gives you enough confidence to hold on?
Yes, we are very much confident about the upcoming results of this company because, in fact, their jewelry business has really performed well. And in the South also now they are establishing their mark because the kind of strategies they are undertaking that is really helping them in expanding their presence in the South, especially if I talk about Chennai. So, and their store additions is also high. So I think, yes, we are really confident about this company that it will be performing better in coming future. So hold is recommended for the stock and the price target can be set at around 2,700 at the initial level. Talking about M&M also, we are positive about this company with their few launches, which is working well for them. And with this raw material pressure, cost pressure easing out, the company will be performing better on the margin front also. So even M&M is also looking good to us. We are recommending hold on this stock too with a price target of around 1,500 to 1,530 levels.
All right, can hold both Titan as well as M&M. Ruchit, let me come to you on both of these as well. Are these both stocks that you're comfortable holding? M&M has done really well as well, right, in the past year or so?
I think yes, M&M could continue its outperformance as well. The way we have seen recent corrections was just time-wise correction within an uptrend, and the stock is not showing any significant price correction, even when the market is not doing well. So I think on the higher side, from a long-term perspective, we can expect targets towards 1440, 1450, ideally, which are the targets as per the reciprocal retracement theory. So continue to hold on to M&M. Even Titan, I think for short-term, this could be some corrective phase within a longer-term uptrend. And on the lower side, if I look at some medium-term charts, then major support for the stock would come around that 2,250 to 2,300 range. So short-term underperformance could be there, but mid to long-term charts continues to remain positive with possible targets around 3,000.
All right, that is the view coming in on Titan as well as M&M. We're going to try to squeeze in one more query. Nageswarao Lukum writes to us from Andhra Pradesh. He holds 34 shares of Schaeffler India at 2,950. He says he's a medium-term investor and he wants to know whether he should hold or sell. This stock has done quite well. It's up around 40% in 1 year. And but he has lost some money because I think he got in at quite a high price. Astha, do you think, considering the price that he got in and he's only a medium-term investor, this is still one where he could make back the money?
I think so. In fact, what price target we are suggesting is that around his cost price only, that is 2950 to be very precise. So I think because this company, their segments like industrial and automotive segments are working well for the company, they will be the key beneficiary. In fact, they are the key beneficiary of electrification and hybridization that is going on right now. And they have got strong support from their parent company. They are among one of the preferred choice for the global OEM automotive players. So I think, and this stock, I think it will be really performing better in the coming future. So yes, he can hold the stock. Price target can be set at around 2950, which is his cost price at the initial level. But afterwards, if results will be good, then I think higher levels can be seen in the stock price.
Okay, that is on Schaeffler. Ruchit, what do you think? The high was what, around 3,300 on this one. So it's come off quite a lot from those levels. But what is the immediate price target that you have on this for the medium term?
So after one price-wise correction, the stock has been consolidating within a range since last couple of months, where 2,600 has become a very important support for the stock. So you can expect a pullback move towards 3,000, but that 2,950 to 3,000 around is core price, but that would be valid only till it is trading about 2,600. So I would advise to keep a strict stop loss below the 2,600 mark and wait for a pullback towards the cost price.
Okay, got it. That is on Shifla India. But with that, Ruchit, Astha, we are going to wrap up on this edition of Your Stocks. Thank you very much for joining us and taking out the time to help all of our viewers with their queries. We are going to wind down on the show right now with the news that the market is still looking good, but it has definitely come off a little bit. We're at around 100 points in terms of a gain for the Nifty. The Nifty Bank currently around 0.4% in the green. Thank you guys very much for tuning in, and closing bell will come up next for the last hour of trading.